Good morning, guys. It's Monday, 22nd of November. We hope you've had a great weekend. It's a nice and cold one here at the moment, cold day. Not too sure what it's like where you are, but wrap up warm if it's anything like what it is here. News-wise this week, nothing coming out today actually, nothing high priority news-wise anyways. Some other stuff going on later in the week. Big one is rate statement from the Kiwi, from New Zealand I should say. FOMC meeting minutes. Yeah, but something that's not mentioned on here is the fact that America will appoint the new, well not new, the next Fed chair, currently Jerome Powell, could be Jerome Powell again, but that has the potential to cause volatility on USD pairs depending on who is appointed. So that is, I think that's due to come out before the 25th of November. Yeah, because it's a bank holiday in the US on the 25th, so that is probably going to come out between now and Wednesday because it's Thanksgiving. So be aware of that if you are trading any USD pairs. That news could come out anytime. Bullish month so far for the dollar index, as you can see, definitely in impulse mode. So the dollar bulls are definitely in play. That could all change, or we could start to see a little bit of a correction depending on what happens with that announcement. I said it last week, it does look a little bit overbought for me. You know, when I see price away from those moving averages, then I'm always looking for price to come back and correct. You know, natural price movement and cyclicity of the markets. But could it go further without the correction? Absolutely it could. You know, look at this movement down, quite a few weeks of descending downside momentum before it eventually pulled back and corrected. So I think that news on the next Fed chair could we could start to see some movement one way or another. We'll have to wait and see. So looking at the euro, I actually do like the idea of, like I say, some dollar weakness to correct, which means we'll be looking for USD strength, euro dollar strength. But again, you know, it's a bearish market, but I'm only looking for a correction to take place. Okay, so nice trend line here, definitely impulse move, impulse mode, potential double bottom here, just looking for a correction back towards the trend line. Or some of you guys might use moving averages. You know, you've got your, I would look at the weekly moving averages. Let's just take off this trend line here and take off that there. You can see it's just the opposite basically of the dollar index. The euro dollar chart is the inverse. Potentially some pullback, correction back towards those moving averages before next move down, because I mean, for me personally, that's the structure that I've got the euro dollar traveling within. So are we coming all the way back down to this supportive trend line here? That remains to be seen. This is a monthly chart, so could take several months. Who knows? Who knows? What other charts of interest am I looking at? Euro Swissy. Just want to point out this trend line here. We've got on this weekly time frame, we've got support, and we're at support again here. So are we going to have a little bounce and a push to the upside? So definitely worth keeping an eye on Euro Swissy to see if we get buyers come in. Now at the moment we are underneath this 4-hour trend line here, potentially forming a falling wedge pattern, but I'd be looking for that to break out, looking for a first correction or a higher low, and then looking to trade. So, you know, bigger time frame, very interesting place here where we could see buyers come in. If we do, then look for the correction, look to get in long on there. WTI, waiting for longs on this. That's what I have on my analysis. Got this nice big monthly resistance trend line here. I can see price coming up to test it. So at the moment, guys, we are correcting. As you can see, we've had our impulse, we've had our correction, which we are still in as far as we are aware. And I'm just waiting, just being very, very patient and waiting for signs of buyers to come in. So starting to look for higher highs and higher lows. At the moment, you can see high, lower high, lower high. So we're still in a short-term downtrend as far as we are assuming. But, you know, bigger time frame, very, very bullish market. We will be looking to start to see for higher highs and higher lows. So maybe you want to just keep your eye on it. Maybe you want to set an alert on whatever trading software you're using. I'm just going to put a little note there. Swing high broken. Because, you know, when those buyers start to come in, we're going to start to see higher highs, aren't we? So that was the last swing high or higher high. So if we break that, then that's potentially the sign then that we're making that move to the upside. So that could happen this week. Who knows? Gold. Gold talked a lot about this last week, and it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do so far. Anyway, this is from our watch list, which we sent out on the weekend. I'll just talk to you about this in a minute, but I'm looking for price to come back and at least test this bit of structure here, this previous area of resistance. Just going to delete that. This previous area of resistance. There's also some resistance down here as well, I noticed. So if we don't bounce here, and I'm looking for price to move up towards 1909. If we don't bounce there and we still move further to the downside, I can see 1808, 1809 as a potential area where this could test as well. So if you remember from last week, we were short the market. We had a 60. I can't think what fib level we traded from. I think it was a 68.2. Let me just have a little look. 61.8, I should say. 61.8% retracement. Yeah, we did a 61.8% sell limit of this bearish engulfing candle here, which was a really, really nice move into the market. We actually, although it didn't hit our target, and it's potentially still on the way, we actually closed out last week because it was Friday. It was in some very, very nice profit, so we just closed it. What I'm potentially seeing now is this. Can you see these lower highs? Got this neckline here broken. Look for the retest of this neckline and a lower high and then another move down. That's what I'm looking for this week. Anything else of interest? Kiwi yen, still waiting for this to break out for a nice move back up into, if I just show you the monthly, these highs here, you can see impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Looking at this as a correction and then looking for another impulse up into this zone here, this 83.62, 83.70 area. So, you know, we're assuming that this is a correction, looking for price to break out to the upside. Sellers are in control right at this moment in time. Could come and test this trend line, who knows? Could come and test this 50% fib before we start to see the upside. But just patience. I mean, if you're a counter trend trader, then cool, you can trade this momentum to the downside if you get set up according to your strategy rules. But otherwise, you know, we are waiting for the buyers to come in, assuming that they do, and we've got our target up here. So early days, Monday. Let's see what the market brings us. Of course, keep your eyes on Telegram, and we'll be posting charts as and when we see things of interest. All right, guys. So I will catch you later. Bye.